Hello?
Yes, everything is connected. Hello, can I hear you now?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, have you shared it on your Facebook? Yeah, hello, my people. Yeah, hello, my people. My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity CSO and the African voice in diaspora. This morning, as you can see, this morning we're having one of our big brothers in the show. So, one of our big brothers in the show, we're having him today, and that is Honorable Obe. Honorable Obe is the House of Assembly member representing Igweze North uh, 2. Igweze North 2 is in Enugu State of Nigeria. So, this morning we'll be talking about infrastructural development in the southeast Nigeria with particular reference to Enugu State, where he is the chairman House Committee on Infrastructure. So today we'll be discussing a lot of things about infrastructure in Enugu State. So if you are watching me on Instagram, those of you watching on Instagram, those of you watching on YouTube, those of you watching, I don't know where you're watching, just get ready. Just get yourself ready. And a lot of questions, a lot of contribution. If you want to call us, remember we have +1 701 989 1910. So call us on WhatsApp +1 701 989 for your contributions. So we will be having Honorable Obi, and let me introduce Honorable Obi to you people this morning. So let me have the privilege to call on Honorable Obi. Yeah, so Honorable, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good morning. So you are here today, Antonia Chiamaka Udani. Thank you. Share it. Those of you on Facebook, those of you on Instagram, those of you on YouTube, wherever you're watching from, just share it, especially to Enugu State and Southeast people. We have an outstanding, experienced legislator who is the chairman House Committee on Infrastructure in Enugu State. And Enugu State virtually is the capital of the Eastern region. So we are whatever is happening in Enugu has already gone into the fabrics of other states in the Southeast. So I think we'll be speaking on behalf of other committee chairman of infrastructures in the whole Southeast. So Honorable Obe, you're welcome. For protocol purpose, please introduce yourself to our very esteemed audience. And remember, we're live on this show.
Thank you, Anichi TV. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy that what you're doing is going around the globe. My name is Honorable Clifford Nemeka Obe, member representing Igweze North Constituency 2 at the Enugu State House of Assembly and chairman, Committee on Works and Infrastructure.
Wow. So, my people, you see, we have an honorable in the house today, a serving honorable, experience from Igweze North with 20 wards, one of the biggest local governments in Enugu State. And he's from constituency 2. Thank you, Honorable. How are you doing? What's going on in Enugu? So,
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Everything is fine here. The
yeah,
weather is calm. We have a very good weather. It was cold last night. It was cold this morning, but this is afternoon and it's sunny. So
okay.
it's okay. We are glad.
So I've had the privilege, this is Chinedu Anichi TV, I've had privilege to have different people in this show. One of the people I will remember the day I had that Shoki in this show, he told me experience of how he was picking iron from dustbin in Ajegule. Today is a great start. I had Chiamaka Nadozie, the two times winner of best female goalkeeper in Africa. So that's the goalkeeper of Falcons, Super Falcons, and FC Paris. So, and he told me how he was hustling with plantain and pineapple for the mother before. So a lot of things, even myself, for those of you who know me, know how we started. So before we go on, for people who think that their present condition is their permanent destination, I would like you to share a little of your humble beginning before we go into the mainstream of our discussion today.
Okay. As you know me from rising from a Christian home, I grew up in Usoka local government. That's where I was born. I had my primary, secondary, and also university in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where I studied statistics and economics. I finished and I worked a little after my service. I served. Fortunately, I served in Far North, that's the Sokoto State. Later, I had a little practice there with Udus, that's the university there. I worked a little. I came down and later I traveled and then made some stuff and then came down back and joined business. I have Coast City Press Limited, that is a printing press. It's an industrial stage. From there, I developed interest in politics. I started with being SSA to the chairman of my local government then. From there, I contested House of Assembly. That was 2018. I contested during the primaries. I did not fall through, but the person who won then was the administrator of my development center in West North East Development Center. So I replaced him as the development center administrator when he left for the Enugu State to represent us in Enugu State House of Assembly. So from there, the second time, 2022 came, my people also supported me and asked me to try and do something again. I also made some consultations and during the primaries, I won primaries in 2022 and then 2023 was a very difficult elections which came unexpected but still showing that my people like me and my people want me to do something for them at least to get to Enugu and represent them, represent what they want and also represent them, be the voice for the voiceless and mouth for people who cannot speak. I won the elections and this is where I am today and I thank God for how I have moved from where I was to the stage where I am now.
Okay, um, that's a wonderful one of explaining how you began. We all had this experience. It's wonderful. So thank you for the humility. Some of the people that are in government, they think that where they are now, they don't need to listen to anybody. So I thank you. For those of you who are watching us, Antonia Chiamaka Udani, Dallas Hotel, Dallas Hotel. Um, wow. So Dallas Hotels, this is why you are one of the best House of Assembly members from Soka. Oh, thank you. So a lot of people are already watching and commenting. Let me check Instagram. Let me greet my people on Instagram. Mm, Instagram, what's going on? What's going on? Okay. So Saint Indo, Collins Fason, and Jonas the Chief Ubiego One is watching from Ibaba. How are you doing? So this is a live show, and we have Honorable Obe. For those of you on Instagram, we have Honorable Obe of Enugu State House of Assembly, of Enugu State House, Enugu State House of Assembly. Honorable Obe is the chairman. He's the chairman, House Committee on Infrastructural Development in Enugu State. So we'll be asking him today about infrastructural development in Enugu State. For those of you who cannot watch on Instagram, please go to our YouTube, the same Chinedu Anichi TV. You go to YouTube, it's Chinedu Anichi TV. Facebook is Chinedu Anichi TV. TikTok is Chinedu Anichi TV. You go to X, where we are all showing this morning, is Chinedu Anichi TV. So thank you. I think we'll go to why we are here today, and it's going to be mind-blowing. And oh, my people, I know you people are happy, but before that, let's have this little music for you.
Let's talk our talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinedu Anichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu Anichi TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu Anichi TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu Anichi TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedu Anichi TV. Now they happen, no. Now they selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even the youth, oh. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Anichi TV. Eba fukona potuno, eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu Anichi TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu Anichi TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu Anichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody, oh. Chinedu Anichi TV. Prison wodo wodo webulegu.
Yes, this one was perfectly, organized for us by Prince Modo, the High Life Chief of Nsoka from Obuduleke. It was a contribution to us, and a big shout out to Prince Modo for offering us this one. So, very great one. So, you are welcome, sir. So, today, we'll be going into really why we're here. You've told us how God blessed you from grace to grace, and eventually in the House of Assembly, you are the chairman. You are the chairman, House Committee on Infrastructure. And the first question we want to ask you is, what's your relationship? What's the synergy between Enugu State House of Assembly, especially your committee, where you chair, and the executive, the governor of Enugu State? First of all, what is the consolidated rapport? What is the synergy? What's the checks and balances? How do you people work? How does the governor and you people, especially your committee, which is the nucleus of what people see and can say, yes, we will re-elect or we will abandon this government?
Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, I want to thank God for giving us life today. Secondly, I want to thank God for giving us a proactive governor like His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Simba. I also want to thank Enugu for having elected a governor that is smart, a governor that feels for the people, a governor that knows who is already prepared before coming to venture into politics and finally becoming the governor. So going down to what you asked, it's a very important question. We are of the legislative arm, and the governor is the leader at the executive arm. And there is nowhere in the world that if the legislative arm and the executive are not together, they don't have synergy, they are not working well, they are not in good social or administrative relationship, nothing is definitely going to happen in that economy. But for here in Enugu, I assure you, whatever we have here, we have good relationship with the executive. Firstly, I'd like to tell you that almost all the bills that the executive have shifted to the legislative arm, we've worked on them and we've passed them. And most of it all is that what we do here, we try to champion projects that will help our people develop themselves very well, that will help our people go around their daily activities very well, that will help our people live a better life, especially now that the population is popping up. On that note, I would say that Enugu State House of Assembly has done very well, and we are not looking back on aligning with the governor, especially now that he is giving out all, giving everything out to ensure that infrastructural development in this state tops the notch in the country. I cannot say much about this, but if you are in Enugu, you will understand that we've not had any problem. And Enugu State House of Assembly is ready to align with the administration in any aspect, in any area that we would.
Okay, that's wonderful. And we respect you for that. And we thank you people. I've seen usually, I think in 99, 98, 99, I knew when the House of Assemblies, they could not even sit in the states. They are flying. Sometimes their sitting is in the air. So because they can't even land. So I've seen several states that you come to House of Assembly, you see a lot of things going on. But thank God that such has not happened. Such never happened during the former governor, Right Honorable Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah's regime. And I think this is not happening. This for now is not happening in Enugu State House of Assembly. So I think Enugu is relatively peaceful when it comes to that kind of rascality we see in other
Yeah,
states. So,
very. There is great understanding between the two
so,
arms.
but there is this understanding from a layman point of view that when the House of Assembly and the governor, they are so much in consonance that the grassroots suffer. This is because it is all about lobby. If they want what the governor wants, he bring it to the House of Assembly and they lobby them, they just approve. They don't care how the masses they represent feel. So if this is the opinion, the general opinion of the people, what can you say in this forum? Either to disagree
It's,
or
I
to
disagree. I
affirm it.
disagree. I disagree. Let me tell you one thing. There are so many things that you can achieve being in a good relationship with the executive. If you are not in good relationship with the executive, how will you achieve them? For instance, if you want the executive to be fair in terms of infrastructural distribution, I don't think fighting the executive will make executive allow you in those things. Secondly, if you fight with the executive, it will make them, you distract them, especially when they have a formation, a schedule, to deliver infrastructure to the masses. And then you begin to fight with them, you distract them. And while the executive is trying to align with you, then those works that the executive is supposed to deliver to the people will now be delayed. So let me tell you, the best thing one can do as a House of Assembly member is to sporadically go to his people, discuss with them, try to find out those things that your people need. If it's water that is pressing them so much, they will tell you, you note it down. If it's road leading to a particular market that is pressing them so much, you will note it. Then you come back to Enugu, you try to align with your colleagues. You go to the department, the Ministry of Water Resources. You discuss with them. If they have boreholes that they want to spread across, then you talk to them about what your people need, and they will maybe allow you to have one borehole. You go and site it in your place. You bring records. They will go for inspection, and then from there it will be funded, and the borehole will be done. Then if it's on road, you give them reasons why a particular road is supposed to be done in alignment with what you discussed with your people. If they are finding it difficult to move maybe their agricultural produce from a particular farm settlement to a particular market, what will you do? You discuss with the government, because that is what we need to push up our economy, especially now that the administration wants to move from about $3 billion worth of economy to $30 billion worth of economy, maybe after the 80th year of this administration. So what do we do? Now, agric, if we have to use agric as, for instance, then we need to get most of the routes that lead from agric areas where we have our farm settlements down to the market areas where we can sell our agric products. So all these things, you have to achieve them through being in good relationship with the executive. And when you do, you are not working with them, you don't have a good working relationship with the executive, especially the bloc, the legislative arm. I don't think you will achieve all these things, and your people will suffer more. So if I borrow what you said, that a few years ago, in the Fourth or Second Republic, when the legislative arm was not in agreement with the executive arm, you see that people, most of them left town. They left Enugu to go and stay in Abuja. Some left Enugu to go and stay in Lagos. So how can you work from Lagos or work from Abuja to represent your people? So it's personal, it's selfish interest. And those things that they were pursuing was not in the interest of the public. So, but I tell you that this particular legislative arm, this particular House of Assembly now, the 80th Assembly, is in good relationship with the administration led by His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisi Imba. And this is when we are going to achieve all that we can achieve to ensure that the masses, our people, the people that we represent, will move from where they are to another level and stage in life.
Okay, that's good, and it's good we know about that, but this is always the opinion of the people outside there, and they feel that they are right. But with your explanation, for those who want to understand, they can always understand. So okay, some questions are coming up. Just hold on. Let's music, and some people want to send questions. Some people want to call in and ask you some questions. Let's allow that.
Let's talk our talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinedwani TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedwani TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedwani TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedwani TV. Africa's a rise. Time don't reach, yo. Make we talk our talk, oh. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedwani TV. Now that it happen, no. Now that it selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. As it be, now so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even know the YouTube. Subscribe and follow. Chinedu TV. Eba fukona botuno. Eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu TV. Gather your family, call everybody. Chinedu TV. Prison what don't want to go.
Yeah, hello. Honorable, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So some people came up with some questions, and I already registered it. And you too, you have your own questions you might like to ask. But because you are our guest, you'll be at the receiving point now. You'll be the one taking questions. Okay, so we want to start with this question. Let me come in. We want to start with this wonderful question now. Like vision for infrastructure. As honorable, as chairman of House Committee on Works and Infrastructure, what is your vision for infrastructural development in Enugu State over the next 4 years? And how does it align with the governor's agenda?
Okay, thank you. This is a very important question, and I like it the way you asked it. My vision is championing infrastructural development that will help my people better their life, especially in localities, my locality, and also localities within and around Enugu State. These are concerns about good roads, concerns about electricity, concerns about water, pipe-borne water. When you have good roads linking communities, linking local governments, linking cities, then it means, like I said earlier, it means that when Nsukka is connected to Enugu East Senatorial Zone, and Enugu East Senatorial Zone is connected to Enugu West Senatorial Zone. Then it will be in circular form. For instance, we have a road now being constructed from 9th Mile by Ama Breweries through Eziago down to Umulokpa in Uzuwani. Then another one is still, Governor said that another one will still kick off from that Uzuwani down to Ikenga in Nsukka. Then the dualization of Peanuts down to T Junction and Mami Market down to T Junction, straight to Ugogonike, and then down to Opinsuka. The dualization work going on there is in rapid speed. So now the governor wants to, rather the administration wants to connect the three senatorial zones so that there will be ease of movement of products, and also people who can live in Nsukka and say, let me be working at Enugu from Nsukka, or you live in Enugu and you're transferred to Nsukka, or you are doing a program in Nsukka and you want to move down and then come back to face your work, you have that ease of movement. The dualization, once completed, it means that you can easily, 20 minutes or thereabout, you can move from Enugu city down to Nsukka city, do whatever you want to do there, and get back to Enugu. And one good thing is that as the expansion of the road is going on, because it was a single two-lane road, and the administration wants to dualize it. As the expansion is going on, the potholes on that road that make it uneasy for commuters to have smooth drive have been maintained and filled. Now you can drive smoothly while the construction workers are on the two sides of the road, gearing up and then pushing up down to Ugogo. It's on a very top gear, and I believe that very soon that side is completed, and then they continue from Ugogo down to Nsukka in a short while. We'll have a free movement from Enugu down to Nsukka. It's a very good thing for economic development. And the Uzuwan, Umulokpa down to Ama Brewery, 9th Mile Corner, is also, the road had gone past Eziago. So it's a good one, and it's also on top gear. When it's when the entire state is connected like this, it helps in economic development and free movement of agricultural products, especially. You go to Udowan, you discover that you have rice there, and moving rice from that particular place to a major market where they will sell and make more money is always a difficult thing. So in all this, the idea is to reduce rural urban migration. People who live in localities that had always wanted to come to cities to enjoy. The administration wants to give modern facilities to local areas so that people who are there, especially the unskilled who are in informal sectors, who are barbers, who are hairdressers and all that. And one important thing, let me tell you, this administration is one of the first states that signed into law Electricity Regulatory Commission for them to work, so that when the national grid give sell power to us, we now regulate and ensure that our people are not outrageously charged for the power that they use. So in all this, these are the things that I want to champion, the kind of infra, and it's in line with what the governor is doing, the way he is gearing up his the developmental agendas. So all these things are, when we work in that line, it ensures that governor achieves easily what he wants to, rather the administration achieves easily what it wants to achieve for the masses, especially ndị Enugu.
Thank you for your response. I think my mic was a bit muted. I'm sorry about that. So thank you, Honorable Obe, Chairman, House Committee on Infrastructural Development. You are from Nsukka, Enugu North Senatorial Zone. And I understand that a loan was of hundreds of millions was borrowed for water in the entire Enugu state. So, as somebody from Nsukka, you are from Nsukka, and Nsukka is 6 local governments out of the 17 local governments, excluding Isuzu, the Enugu North. Now, from what the governor or the state have borrowed, which you people approved, how many of the water projects is represented in that particular Enugu North where you come from? That you can be proud to say, I am chairman of this committee, I approved this, and there is a representation of this here and there, this place, that place, in Umuopu, in Erolo, in Okutu, in Uzowa, so that at least people will know that you are not just approving for the sake of approving, but there are pragmatic or material implementation of what you have approved as a legislator through the executive arm.
Yeah. Thank you for this question. But firstly, I will not speak about loans because I may not give you the actual figures and actual responses. But in terms of water development, I can tell you that boreholes are being sunk in most of our communities. In fact, if I don't have the actual records, but when you look inwards, you find out that there are boreholes going on, being facilitated by the states in most of our communities. And this is just 2 years plus administration. I believe that in a short while, we will achieve more outside what we've done already. And when you come to the city, for instance, Enugu here, water project is going on, and I can assure you that it's because of the outburst of legacy projects, especially road projects, that is slowing down the water going around everywhere that it's supposed to go to. Because we have water lines, the pipelines that were laid so many years ago, and maybe the road where the pipelines were is narrow, and now we want to expand the road, so we need to move most of the pipelines from the original line where they were to another place. So it's giving us a problem, and that's why the water flow is not in top gear as it's supposed to be. But this is the development. We want to expand the road, we want water to flow. So if you are moving pipeline in a particular, for instance, Trans-Ekulu, there are areas in Trans-Ekulu where we went for inspection, and we discovered that some pipelines were supposed to be moved, and the construction workers were instructed not to move any pipeline except the water board workers comes to move those pipelines. So as they are working on the roads, they are also writing and informing the water board ministry of water resources to come and ship certain pipes for them. And we have such cases scattered all over. So, and because governor wants everything to be done immediately, we face all these challenges. In fact, there is no development that will come without challenges. But we thank God that the administration wants to do this and they are going to achieve that. When all these things are done, when the roads are put in place, roads that needs to be expanded are expanded, the pipelines will be saved and they will be permanent where they are going to be fixed. And we will have water in all nook and cranny of the city and also in our localities.
Okay, that's great. That's a good response. But from my own observation and research, and from what is pumping up from people's reaction here in the page, they are saying that the state government has no presence of water projects in Enugu North. And if they do, they should materially let people know. That's what I'm seeing from people's reaction.
In,
I've not,
in,
I've not
you
been
mean
to, I've not,
in Enugu
I've not,
North?
I've
In
not been.
my local government, for instance, I can tell you that we have water projects going on in some communities. Of course, it cannot come in all the communities
Yes,
at the same time.
you
Even
represent.
in my own community, it's been there is a slowdown because before they come to fix the water for you, there is a certain amount of money that you're supposed to, especially I think it's 5% of the money, the worth of the water project that is supposed to pay into the account. They will set up a committee that will monitor it. So all these things are working concurrently with in agreement with the communities. So they cannot say that there is, unless if you ask questions, you find that if you go to OP, there are new water projects, boreholes are being done there. But there is a borehole is being done in Igbeze South. Boreholes, not borehole. Go to Igbeze North, boreholes are being done there. So OP and some other areas are in Nsukka local government. So you can ask questions properly. They will tell you, they will give you records.
I've not been to our place for some time now. So
So
it's
that's a lot and
I'm in the media, and you are not the only one we listen to. The whole world is watching you on Instagram, and
exactly.
they are reacting live. So I have to put out to you too what they are reacting from. So one of the things they said is that you are a leader, and you are the representative of Igbeze North 2 constituency. So, and if boreholes are existing in Igbeze North 2 constituency, you should be able to mention the community and say, if you go to
Let me mention one without missing one.
okay,
Umobagi community.
Yeah, that is the place for
yes,
Felitex.
very well. Umobagi community.
Yeah.
There is a reason why in my own community we opted for the industrial borehole that we had to be fixed. That is what we opted for. And that's when they checked the amount that will be used to fix it. In fact, recently I also visited the case. When they check the amount is about 30, is ranging to 30 million. And the amount of fresh borehole that they are supposed to do is within 12 million or thereabouts. But my community opted for that industrial one should be fixed. So, and now they said the particular borehole, the borehole plus the generator, that's the big lister, should also be fixed. Those are the amounts of the cost that made up that 30 million. So for the borehole alone is within 21 million naira, and we are supposed to pay off counterpart payment of 5 million naira, while the government should provide about 16 million or thereabouts. So we had a delay in our own because we wanted to get the money for borehole because they cannot fix it without having the generator fixed. Because if they sink it and the generator is not there, the borehole cannot function. In another community like Inyoko, what made their own not to have commenced up to now is that You know, these people, there is a way they do their things. If they have given you, like CSDA, if the CSDA has given you a project and you are not using that project in full force, it means that if you ask for another project from them, when they come, they will check what they've given, like that in Enugu, they've given them light, they've given them a market. You know, that market, they said, when I approach them again, they said that the people are not using that market. I don't know if you understand me. And for them to cite another water project from the same CSDA to in that same community, that they have to make that market functional. This particular issue has lingered, and I'm following it up, and that's why they've not commenced sinking the borehole there. If you go to Umobag that I told you, they have done theirs and their own is rushing now. Take a survey from there, or rather some information from people of Umobag. They received one water project and it's running now. Go to Ete in Ibeze North. They have about 2 water projects, very big one, industrial sizes, that were done there, and they are now functioning. You know, these are not say exactly. I want what I am sure of. I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, it's better to say what you're sure of. Just like I don't want you're a very sound person. It's not today that we know you. We know how you started. So you are properly groomed in the political. You know, you followed your metamorphosis from this to that and that. You didn't just come to where you are now. So we don't want what happened in Afia TV to happen in Chinedu and Ichi TV. So I like the way you are referring to what you are sure of. You understand me? So where the commissioner was unable to say something about what he's in charge of. So I don't want to call anybody's name, but it's embarrassing. So, but we know you are better than that. So a lot of people are already saying, I am so impressed. Thank God Ukweze, who is a critic of the government. I'm so surprised that thank God Ukweze, who is a critic, is a critic that I know. He's just like Shore, and today he's saying, I am impressed with the fluency of this House of Assembly member. The only major problem with today's government in Enugu is over taxation, especially the non-human face to their policy implementation. So that's it. I'm just telling you how people react. So kudos to you. People say you're fluent. People, I don't want to be the one judging. I'm a moderator, you know. So I'm just telling you the reaction of the people. My own House of Assembly member can't be in this platform. I'm not disappointed. You see, people are reacting from different points of view. So thank you. I think you were able to mention things, because if you ever just told me there are places, that is not how this platform works. But you were able to mention Umobag. That's Ferrotex place. They have stakeholders that listen to you. So if you align to us on this TV, they know. So, and you can't do that because you know there are notable people there that have voice. So I also know of Okpo, what you talked about Okpo. People are there.
No, not Okpo. I said Ete.
No, you talked about Okpo that they received. Maybe they have not started building. You mentioned Okpo. There's something.
Okay, that is Inyi.
Sorry,
Okpo, not Okpo. Yeah.
Okpo is close to Inyi.
Yes, I give you verifiable information.
Yes. So, and then Ete. A lot of people are in Ete that we know,
yes, exactly,
politically conscious, that can refute this thing if you are not
exactly.
So
exactly.
So thank you for letting us know all this. I think we will progress in our question while I'm still waiting for people to react. And for those of you who want to call in live, +1 701 989 1910. You can call us on Instagram, not Instagram, WhatsApp. I'm sorry about that. Call us on WhatsApp. You can speak. The Honorable will hear you and will respond to your question. So it's better you ask him now that he's here, because we know what it took us to have him here. Not when he's gone, you come and ask me. I'm not a House of Assembly member, and I might not be in the right position to provide those questions. He is now live on Chinedu Anichi TV, the African Voice. So call in. And before that, let's go and talk about the next question we have for you, which the question says or articulated, many rural communities in Enugu still struggle with poor road network. What concrete steps in the House of Assembly, what concrete steps are you taking in the House of Assembly to ensure equitable infrastructural development, especially in local areas like Igbeze North, where you represent?
Thank you for this question. It's a good one. And you've just drawn me back again, especially where I represent. You know, in lawmaking, it's not all about where you represent, where you represent. When you represent a people, a particular constituency, and you want to make law, that law, if you want to, yes, present a bill to be signed into law, if signed into law, they will not sectionalize it. They will not say that because you represent these people, this particular law, you brought it and it is for your constituency. No. If they sign it into law, it will be bounded on the entire state where you come from, a particular constituency. But let's go to your question. It's true that a lot of almost all the localities that we have are facing all these challenges of infrastructure. So, but what this administration is working on is what I am going to speak to you about. Now, I assure you that the Enugu State House of Assembly members are working tirelessly to ensure that at least one or two roads that should come, or rather that is very pressing to their people, come onto budget. And if it comes onto budget, you begin to pray. And if God answers your prayer within a financial year, and that road is completed, done and completed, then you thank God, your people will get that particular assistance. But in the past few weeks, there is a body called RAM, Rural Access and Agricultural Market Projects team. They were going around the entire local governments, selecting routes. And this particular body is being sponsored by an international organization. I think it's the World Bank that sponsors RAM. So when the team came, they came to my local governments. Likewise, they went to other local governments to select roads with a particular standard. And the standard is that the roads that you are going to give to them should link a major state road through to an agricultural settling area or a farm, then through to agricultural market. Because the name is Rural Access and Agricultural Market Projects, you know. So we gave roads out, and with the standards, they checked those roads out, and they selected some. And since last week, they've been in my own local government trying to scope those roads. And this is the last stage that they will do before those projects will begin. They've gone to other local governments, and it's the turn of my own local government now. So they are scoping the roads that are selected, that met the standard that they gave. They selected from my local government. So with this, the House of Assembly is working tirelessly to ensure that the Enugu people, the masses, are getting what they are supposed to get, especially those in rural areas, to ensure that that business that they do, whatever they do, whether you use lights to do your barbering work, or you use lights to do your hairdressing work, or you farm, you have good road network. After farming in your farm, you take your farm produce to a better market where you can sell and make money. Because if you sell your farm produce within that your farm, it will be cheap. But if you have good road network that will make you move that your farm produce to a better and bigger market, you can sell and make more money. So how do you do it now? And if you have good road network, then the transportation fare will be reduced. Not now, that's not especially when the roads are bad. You know, people, the transporters will not like to ply those roads, and maybe when they change their shock absorbers and all that, they will still collect less fare from you. They will collect high. So we are working, we know what they need. We know the vision of our Governor, Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisi Mba, to provide those modern infrastructure to our localities, call it roads, call it pipe bomb, call it water, and call it electricity. And let me move a little bit to transport sector. The way he is handling it, he is also working on human capital development. Like in the transport sector, he brought, or rather the administration brought in 100 buses, CNG buses. And these buses have started flying. I know some of them go to Nsukka and back to Enugu. Some go to Abani and back to Enugu. These are the areas where government is trying to reduce transport costs for our people. So when you have something to do from Nsukka to Enugu, you enter that bus, you pay cheaper to move from Nsukka to Enugu. I know you've not been around, so I'm telling you what is obtainable now. So
I was around. Don't tell me I was around like 2 months ago. I was around.
Do you know about this? We have CNG buses now that use compressed natural.
About a month ago. I was at home.
You knew about it?
When I know the day it was launched. I know the day it was launched. I've left Nigeria when it was launched, but I was in Nigeria.
Anyway, you are a media person. You are a media person. You are all, you get to the world in your palm. So these are what government is doing now that I speak with you, to ensure that our people, especially people who are in local communities, for them to have the taste of modernization and have the taste of life, which other people enjoy in major cities.
That's great, and we respect the governor for all those initiatives. The only thing that bothers us is, like, I come from Soka, that's why it bothers me. And even though I am of this TV, but I come from somewhere. So I run my own media in such a way that I'll be able to say things out like some other people that I know, like in the national. They will not fear anybody. I will not, because you are a House of Assembly member and Chairman, and I'll be afraid to ask certain things. Like, if you see the way roads are going on in Enugu, there's nobody that will not be happy. I also know that in the West, there's a lot of road projects going on. So where can we really start, apart from the Ugogo? Because that of Ugogo is not just Nsukka Road. It's just people are saying Nsukka. That road is for southeast. That road connects the south and the north. That road is not just about Nsukka. That road is for everybody in southeast, as far as I'm concerned. So, but if you go to the rural areas in Nsukka or Nsukka Metropolis, in Ibagwankwo, in Ubolafo, in Uzuwan, in Borogu, in all these places, Adaba, can we really say that there are road projects done by the Enugu state government in order to subscribe to federal character system? Like, because I know you are in charge of infrastructure from the legislative point of view. Are you seeing this as somebody from Nsukka? And what is your reaction? What will you explain to our people? To have patience, or that we are forgotten, or it will come to us that at a time, or this is it. People need to know that, especially those of us in diaspora. You know, this TV is a voice in that. A lot of people in diaspora does not know all these things except we have people like you. So this is an opportunity, because when I ask you some of the questions, I'm not asking you to do anything but to achieve a clarity that will convince our audience that this is coming from somebody who is in charge of infrastructure from the legislative arm.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good one that you are asking questions without fear of favor, and I will answer. I will give you the direct answers to all these questions.
Yeah.
You have a route moving from Enugu T junction to Ugogo and down to Nsukka. And I now understand how you talked about that road. That is that people who go to Abuja, who go to North, who go to everywhere towards North, fly same road. This is a state road. And the road connects Enugu with Nsukka. That is just the first priority. That if the road connects Enugu with Nsukka. The first priority. Second priority is that if you have other options to go to the north, you take them. But if you don't have, you can take this one. There is no toll on it, where you pay money and say, I'm applying this one, I have to pay. Then I'm from Enugu State, I will not pay. Nobody is connecting any toll from you. But that road, this road, let me tell you one thing. When Makode Ubola for 9th Mile Road went bad, we started using old road that connects Ukehe through Opi. It also went bad. If not for this particular road that went through Ugogo down to Opi Junction, how would people like us who come from Nsukka zone be moving freely from Nsukka up to Enugu and then down to Nsukka? It would have been difficult. I don't know if you understand me. We are the major reasons why that road was done, and we are enjoying it. We enjoyed it from the very first day it was commissioned up to this point. And then this administration came in and said they want to dualize it so that you can live in Nsukka and come to work in Enugu. That is the major. And this road costs several billions of naira, over 40 billion naira. The road costs several billions to be dualized. And this amount of money is going to be put on that project. So if such amount is being invested on that project, I think this administration is doing well. And this is just 2 years plus. Okay, now we have a network of about 10 kilometers road projects that will still soon spring up. Then I told you about the ramp, who are now scoping roads in our locality, and those roads will soon start. In fact, before the dry season goes away, before December or before November, I will tell you, I'm sure that the ramp people will come to our communities and begin, our local governments, and begin to start work on the roads already scoped. After scoping, the next thing is to roll down for the contractors to roll down their machines and begin to work. So we have not lost it. In fact, if you interface with, if you meet the governor now, he will tell you that he has not even started. He has not even started. We have the asphalt plant. Why are we not doing all these roads? We don't have any reason not to do all the roads. The 10 kilometer, like my local government that has 20 wards now, 10 times 20, we are going to record about 200 kilometers. That it is not done yet from the first day the administration came into power through till 2 years after the administration came into power, does not mean that the final 2 years of this first tenure, that we are not going to achieve that. If he has, or rather this administration has achieved all that it achieved in the past 2 years. Asphalt plant already commissioned and is already functioning. So most of these things that we are doing, we sell asphalt cheaper than some other private asphalt companies. It not long ago, the Niger gas, I think last week, was commissioned again. So all these times I can say more, but let me limit it to the question that you asked. The ramp is now on ground. The roads that they mapped out, they will soon start. Between now and November, they will soon start because they are the last stage, which is scoping. They will round it up maybe before the end of this month, and then contractors will come down. Then secondly, we have 10 kilometers road project. Before this first 10 finishes, I know those ones are going to begin. We will begin with those ones, and still we are going to achieve a lot. If we can achieve 200 kilometers in one local government like the North, in your own local government, which is in Nsukka local government, I believe you will still achieve up to 200 kilometers road projects there. So don't be afraid. Calm down. Things are going to be in place. All these things that this administration is doing, understand that resources to do them are limited. Don't think that resources is everywhere. Resources are limited, but we have numerous projects that are supposed to be done for our people. I appeal to you to calm down. You have not seen anything yet, and we will still get there, my brother.
And wonderful of this honorable. So that's great and wonderful of this honorable. So I don't know how I shifted you to the other side. So, but man, you are good. I must confess, you're good. You really know what you're doing in the House of Assembly. I want to put it to you. You know me now. You have known me for a long time. I'm not somebody who was, especially when it has to do with my media. When you come here, when you carry yourself come here, I will ask you the things that is true. So if you didn't come, I will not come to your house. But if you come to this media, I'm going to your house. So I have no justification to tell you that you are doing well when you are not doing well. Your articulate way of answering these questions, and I think there's a percentage of convincing percentage of sincerity and commitment and quality representation. So I must confess, yeah. So I don't want to hide it, so that I will also share in other people's too. Even though there are a lot our people. We're having the patience. There are a lot our people are lacking. And as you people are doing it, please remember our people. It's very, very important, because this is people that represents the 57% of voting strength in Enugu State. Yeah. So anybody that says that those people are not important, the person will not be important too. So that is what I am talking about. And, you remember, just like the transport, the Ogige market stuff. Now people are looking at the transport as a consolation. Ogige market is something that is worth a lot for our people, which you know. So when it was taken, people are looking for us to see what is happening. Box.
Please, I didn't get you. You went off.
I'm gonna hold that light. Okay, I just want to fix back my microphone because it has been giving me trouble, but now it has been properly stationed. So what we are saying is that you remember how the market was destroyed, a lot of people, a lot. There's no development that comes that will not create pain on the people. So, but the pain of the market was so much. People are saying that it's not even equal to the development they are seeing there. So, but I think the government has their own view on that matter. I don't want to go into it's an old injury. I don't like bringing it up. So people should enjoy the transport. And as far as it's moving, our people, they say the rate of fare has been reduced to the barest minimum by the provision of that transport system. So thank God for that. So this Enugu A of a thing, is it part of what you know about.
Thank you, my brother. Enugu Air is a leverage. Enugu Air is something we least expected, but it came. It has given us a very huge support. In fact, when you expect 5 and you get 10, I believe you will go home clapping, and if you sleep and wake at the middle of the night, you continue to clap until you sleep up again. And when you wake in the morning, what else will you do if not to continue to clap? This administration is ready to help in reducing transport costs. You know, so many airlines come into Enugu and go out, and the fare for you to fly any airline from Enugu to Lagos is very high. What they looked at was, how do we now reduce all these things? Because some people who are supposed to come down to Enugu for something, do some businesses, and go back to their bases, do not do them again, thereby reducing the economy of the state. So he now went all out to get some aircrafts. So the administration got some airplanes for Enugu, which is inscribed Enugu Air. And in line with the aviation process, in line with the aviation law, the process of getting licenses that will allow us fly it as Enugu Air would take minimum of 2 years. But this administration is in a hurry to give us that Enugu Air so that we have a reduced flight fare. So what did we do? Or rather, what did the administration do? They went out of line to get ExyJet. ExyJet is a company. Is an airline company. So ExyJet now came, had agreement with Enugu State government to manage and maintain Enugu Airlines, at least for now, until when we gain all the licenses that we are supposed to get before we now answer only Enugu Air. So if we cannot keep those planes, so the agreement was very important. So when we entered into agreement and on the commissioning of that, if it lands now, you see the inscription of ExyJet beside Enugu Air. We are in agreement with ExyJet company so that we can fly until Enugu State can get those licenses that will allow them to fly at Enugu Air without any other company attached to it. It is really helping. In fact, someone, a friend who came down from Lagos, which day was that? I think last Monday, last week Monday, not this last Monday, was at the verge of missing something very important. And it was only Enugu Air that was available to fly in the evening from Lagos down to Enugu. That last week Monday. And he had the luck. It was remaining only one seat, and he had the luck. And he flew down and he met with the time and did what he was supposed to do. So Enugu Air is helping out. At least you know that there is a carrier that lands in Enugu that will sleep in Enugu. In the morning of the next day, they will continue to do their businesses. So we are happy it came. We are happy it came. In fact, so the aviation minister, when he came on the commissioning, he was thumbing up for our governor. You know, he spoke a lot good about our governor and this administration for having that foresight, not only getting the airplanes, because you cannot operate without full licensing. Then you attach yourself with a company that has the licenses and begin to operate, at least for you to give your people what they need. That is what I can say about it for now. I can't hear you, my brother.
I appreciate. So we are good and we are progressing. We have almost put 1 hour in this show. And my people, I want you to know that I'm in this show with Honorable Obe of Enugu State House of Assembly, representing Igbeze North 2 State Constituency in Enugu State House of Assembly, and is the chairman House Committee on Infrastructural Development, Enugu State. So you are talking with infrastructure, you are talking with development, you are talking with a man who has it all. So we're hearing from him. And I hope you are enjoying it. For those of you who still want to call in, remember we can call in with +170-198919110. And for those who are commenting, thank you. Those of you on Instagram, I recognize all of you. I cannot mention you are so many. Ifeku, Blessing Somia, Chinemerem Victory, Ono, Desla, Pink Godi, Nolly Cash, Nance Digital Media. Oh, Nance people are here watching you. the Nance, they are watching you. National Association of Nigerian Students Headquarters, they are watching. Somebody say Chinedu please. Okay. Mfeko, official Wizzy Guy, Messi Sensational, Prosper, Dr. OCJ, Ogbedi Akihe, Ifeko, I don't know, I can't mention all your names, but I just want to tell you that I am grateful that you people are watching on Instagram and you are reacting. Paulinus VI, thank you, all of you. NANS headquarters, I appreciate you, the greatest Baba, the greatest of the greatest Nigerian students. I respect you. And for those of you on Facebook also, I thank you. Thank God Ukweze. You have been there. Chukwemeka Bertrand. A lot of you, I cannot mention all your name. Onyeka Aja, Emmanuel Maxwell, all of you, Eze Sebastian, and I can't mention all of you, but just know that Chinedu Initiative, we are grateful for you people participating. You know, for a long time now, we have not come live, but we'll begin to come live now the way you have been coming. So there are some challenges we are doing to establish the media empire so that it will be solidified. And now everything is in place. So you get us live the way you've been getting us before. So as we progress, my people, before the Honorable we go, I have another question for the Honorable. And the question says, I read it out so that tomorrow, you know, you are politicians. If I have people from entertainment industry, people from different places, I don't mind. I just ask my question. But because of the kind of people you are, politicians, I write down my question so that if I'm called tomorrow, I can still bring what I asked you. So I decided to write down my question, please. So funding and sustainability. Infrastructure requires huge funding. How is the state leveraging partnership, public, private, or federal support to fund and sustain major infrastructural projects in Enugu?
Thank you for that important question. It's a good one. As you can see, infrastructure is fund. That's public goods. It requires a lot of money for you to get it done. And if you rely only on the state's resources, it will be difficult for you to achieve all, especially a governor who wants to achieve a lot. A governor like Peter Ndubisi Mba, who wants to achieve beyond expectation. It's state resources alone is not going to be enough for him to achieve what he wants to achieve. But I know he's all out, working with, partnering with federal government. Federal government is also sending down allocations and all that. From there, projects are being funded, and then the PPP, private public partnership, is going on. Let me cite at least one project that I know PPP is in agreement with the state government. That's the international hospital that is going on around Rangers Avenue. The PPP is there, and so many other ones. In fact, it's not easy, but believe you me, with the thoughtful experience and efforts of the leader of this administration, we will get to where we are supposed to get.
That's great. Again, let's swiftly move to another question. Politicians, I read out your questions because I can be called tomorrow to come and present what I asked today. You people are capable of doing it. So, on this, I want to ask you something on accountability and quality control. Nigerians often worry about abandoned or substandard projects. What systems are in place from your office to ensure that infrastructure projects in Enugu State are properly executed, monitored, and completed? Because that is where the case lies. It's not about starting it, it's not about anything, but how are we sure that they will complete this project? We have known about abandoned projects here and there with different administrations. People will even come and start new one and leave the ones that are supposed to be completed. So, what's your reaction to this, sir?
Okay, thank you, Chinedu. We no longer talk about abandoned projects here in Enugu State. It's clear, you can see it for yourself. You have the International Conference Center. I think it was Chimaruke's administration that started it, but it's now completed and it's in full use. You know about the NBA that completed their conference just last week. It was they held their conference there, and that's a 5,000 seating capacity center. So it can take any size of conference that you can think of. And it's now, we know we generated a lot of money from NBA having held their conference there. And we're expecting a lot other conferences to come down to Enugu. In fact, the hospitality industry, we are opening our arms. You see the presidential hotel that was not in good shape. It had already dilapidated. It has now been renovated and put in good shape. If you climb to the presidential suite, I mean, it's a top notch. You can go there and I invite you, whenever you come to Nigeria, go there and take up the presidential suite and enjoy yourself. You talk about the international hospital that I just spoke about. It's another project that was started by the past administration, and this administration is not holding back. It has taken it upon itself to complete that international hospital, and it's going to be a very big source of revenue to this administration, because so many people who go to abroad to get treated can now come into Enugu. We will invite them, come into Enugu. Don't go and begin to look for visas and all that. Come into Enugu, you will be treated, because the kind of modern machines that health machines that are going to be fixed there, it's second to none. So, and the expatriates that we had, not expatriates, our people who had gone abroad to serve in other nations, to take jobs in other nations, will now come back. In fact, I know this administration will invite them back, and we will pay them equal to what they earn abroad. And you have good weather here. You in US, it will get to some time that you have harsh weather there, but we have good weather here. Come in and then serve in this legacy hospital. Give the services to your people. because some people might be looking for visas, looking for visas, and in a short while now, we will have a hospital where they can get equal treatment that they would have gotten abroad. So your question, with the force and caliber of members that I have in my committee, we are not leaving any stone unturned. We are pressing down on contractors, especially the ones who are doing jobs outside Enugu and inside Enugu. We have our engineers go to the sites. We try to check out what they do. Sometimes we take samples and all that. We ask them. We make sure that whatever they do is in line with the bill of management and the engineering given to them and the agreement they signed with the government. So all those things are the major things that we take to any site that we visit. And if we find you wanting, we will not hesitate to make our reports known. We will escalate it, publicize it, invite the contractor, ask him questions to know the reason why the value for that project is not what we are seeing on ground. If like for instance, if you signed 5 mm to lay asphalt and you're laying 3 to compress to 2 mm asphalt, it means you're going against what the agreement is saying. And if we see that on BEME and measure what we have on ground, we will escalate it and we will have to stop the work for you to go back and begin to overlay where you have done before, add it, and then complete the other one. So we are not leaving any stone unturned. And we have a special team also from the government house and from the Ministry of Works. We are all one particular team, and we are all focused to achieve what the goal that is expected of us. So don't be afraid. Getting abandoned projects is not what we are looking at in this administration. And let me make one thing remarkable. In our zone, we did not have any teaching hospital in Nsukka Senatorial Zone. And I assure you that SUMAS, the State University for Medical and Applied Sciences, that was established by the past administration. This administration came in, they knew we did not have any teaching hospital in that area. And the teaching hospital, he brought a bill immediately. The school was not established by him, he met it. And he brought a bill immediately to establish SUMAS teaching hospital. The House of Assembly looked at it, passed it into law, and that teaching hospital, as I speak with you now, is already taking off. So those are the things that we are doing, and I believe that the masses, at the end of this first tenure, they will have no other opportunity or option. In fact, they will have no other option other than to give all their support to this administration to come back the second tenure and give it all out, make Enugu a place where tourists, that's a safe ground for tourism, a safe ground for hospitality business, a safe ground for travelers, and safe ground for inhabitants, the masses who are from Enugu. I can't hear you. Your mic is bad.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
What I'm saying is that before the last question, you are using the word safe hospital, safe this, safe that, safe that. That takes me to the question of thank God, because he said, with the knowledge, so that you know that I'm not the one that is fabricating this question. Let me show it on the screen. Look at the question. He said, with the knowledge of improved security in Enugu State today, there are still security challenges facing the state, just like a few other states, ranging from herders, clash, kidnapping, more common in the city center, and many others. Let me see what he said. Yeah, he said, what legislative frameworks or motions have you sponsored to strengthen security and community policing in your own constituency, in Western North?
Okay. Thank you for that question. Initially I made a comment. I told you that a representative is no longer owned by his constituency. You represent your constituency, but when you talk about laws, you talk about bills, you talk about motions, it's now allowed for the entire state. Okay, going down to what you asked, security, we we know that security is for everybody and by everybody. There was this law on neighborhood association and neighborhood watch, which we passed in this 80th assembly, which
it's like, who is this? Hello, this is Chinedanichi TV African Voice. May I know who we're talking with?
African Voice, you're doing a great job. This is Sonia Gacha coming from Sudan.
Okay, Onyekachi Aja, you're welcome. So what's your contribution to what we're discussing with Honorable Ube?
I've been following your program. You're doing a great job. God bless you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Concerning what Honorable is saying, Governor Peter Mba is doing a great job in Enugu State. Yeah, he's doing a great job in Enugu State and with his team. If you know what you're doing and you select the right people. I didn't come to contribute. I come to congratulate the guy because he's doing a great job. He's a guy that we know around, we know what he can do. You understand? So, God contribute.
Hello. I think network is bad where you are. Okay, Aja, you are back to the line.
Yeah, I said I'm not there to.
So who are you congratulating now? Are you congratulating Obe for being able to marshal out what he's in charge of, or you are congratulating the governor?
Yeah, the governor and his team. And Honorable is one of the guys that is working on the state. You understand?
Okay.
So, yeah, I give them kudos.
Okay. Aja is congratulating the governor of Enugu State and also Honorable Obe for being in good partnership and synergy for them being able to present infrastructural, dividends to the people of Enugu State. Am I representing you properly?
Yeah, they should do more. Yes, they should do more.
Okay.
People are watching them. They should do more.
So, like, in which areas do you think that they have to do more? Like, in which areas do you think they have to do more? Like, in which areas?
Yeah, road. In something like roads, then water. You understand? In the rural communities, because without good roads, there will be no.
Okay.
Without good roads, people will not be bringing out food to the, to the town. They're going to come and sell their goods. You understand?
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Thank you, Aja. I think this is the much we can take so that we'll conclude with the honorable because we are already getting to the time we're supposed to spend in the show. Thank you for calling and keep watching, keep sharing, and we are grateful you did. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Honorable, you had a calling from Aja and areas where you people are expected. He said you congratulates you people, but you are expected to do more. So, Oliver Twist, that's what we are. So, we want some more. So, you have to tell your governor, you people have to do more. So, you were explaining something before we had this call.
Yes, I was talking about a bill on neighborhood watch and neighborhood association passed by this 80th assembly into law. So that has given us a chance for you to have the neighborhood watch people in our localities try to help in securing the society. And then people who live in a particular area as well are now given the chance to have an association for you to know your neighbor, know who you live with, know what is going around with you. And with the neighborhood watch themselves, then they can swing into action. Now, talking about the insecurity and all that in our in the state or in our localities or everywhere, it's not particular with the Enugu state. It's everywhere. Security challenges is everywhere. Even in America, you have security challenges there. So it's not particular with this state. But what I know that this administration has done very well is that they've gotten cameras, especially in the cities. They've gotten cameras scattered all over the city. And you have a central place where those cameras are being viewed. And you also have distress response teams at strategic points in the city. So if you have a problem in a particular area, then the central station where the cameras are being viewed, they will call the distress response team located near the stress area is cited, and they can be given order to follow up on a particular action. So these are the areas where the administration is doing very well in terms of securing the state. The police are also there doing very well. We also have the forest guard. We had the new commander now who is proactive and who is doing very well to train the forest guard. What's it called? The personnel, forest guard personnel. So they are also doing their job very well, going into the forest and trying to. In fact, we've had less cases of kidnappings and criminal cases within Enugu in this recent time. It's a big issue in the whole world, and I believe this administration is not folding their arms. We are still installing cameras here and there, monitoring what's going on in the state. So we are not leaving that aside. And also, another thing that this administration has done is on human capital development. The administration is also looking at diversifying the pursuit against crime. That's the challenge against crime. Diversifying it. How is it when you empower the youth? Then the youth, most of them will leave crime to do their legitimate civil work. Now he's creating employment everywhere. I told you about our Niger gas company that that went bad in the past, and few weeks ago, or was it last week, the Niger gas company was commissioned again. It was renovated, refixed their plants and all that. Then their tanks were cleaned up, and they've started producing now. So it's also absorbing employment. Then the transport company is also absorbing employment. That international conference center has absorbed a lot of people. The cleaners, some unskilled employees and all that have gone in there. Presidential Hotel has also absorbed some people. And there are so many other five-star hotels springing up. I'm not saying that everybody is going into that. We have our asphalt plant. It absorbs some people. So we are trying, the administration is trying to use human capital development to also combat crime. It's a good thing, and I commend this administration for looking at that side. We are not folding our arms. We are not saying that we are security, that we are free from security challenges, but we will not let them rest. This place, the Enugu state, is not a resting ground. It's not a resting state for security defaulters. So I ask everybody to be calm, know your neighbor, support the government. The government knows your problems, and the government will look at your problems, and the government will handle problems.
That's wonderful of you, Obe. Thank you. I think I will be rounding up. Yes, I want to greet my great sister and her supporting Kolima Suka. Each time I'm online, she live, she has always come to, even if she's not coming publicly to talk, she's always watching and supporting what we're saying. So I thank you, Mama. Thank you. Thank God, Ukweze, others, those who are on Instagram watching. I appreciate all of you. I can't mention all your names. Please, Okamugu and all these people, all of you. I am so grateful you people have time. Those of you watching on YouTube, I see some honorables. I don't want to mention your name according to for what you said because I see some honorable members, some former honorable members who are watching what we're doing already. Some watching from YouTube, some watching from Facebook. I'm seeing them. So thank you. But finally, before you leave, so what's your advice to the general Enugu State people, Southeast especially, young people who elected you, who believed in you, who used their vote to make sure you go there and represent them? So what is your assurance? What is your consolation in this challenging situation? So what does their future look like, considering what you are representing?
Thank you, my brother. I assure my constituents who are here and who are also in diaspora, fending for themselves and fending for their people, that Enugu State is now creating an enabling ground for investments, direct foreign investments. We're asking investors to come and partner with Enugu State, or you come in, invest. Your investment is going to be secure, and being that the economy of this state is now boosting and is going to expand to a desired point, I believe your investment is secure. You will reap very well as you have more than you have invested. And I assure my people that representing you is what I had always wanted to do. And I assure you that you will not miss any point. The infrastructure that is coming out is going to be fairly distributed, and your wants, your needs are going to be communicated to the ministries and other actors in place. My people and then sit down and watch. You have not seen anything yet. This administration is going to give you more than you expected. And at the end of the day, like I said, you will have no other option other than to support this administration to come back and do another 4 years again, satisfy you more than you have asked for, and you will be happy having this guy. In fact, your prayers will be, who then takes over after this particular leadership of Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisi Mba in terms of maintaining infrastructure and public goods. It's something, a culture that we do not have in this country. But on the awareness we are trying to create, we are trying to let people that they should own up to infrastructure and projects cited within their localities. Let the community leaders, let the Igwe and council, the town unions should own up to those projects, secure them very well, guard them graciously, put them close to their hearts. Because if we lose anything within your locality, it is you that have lost. Because those projects are built with your money. So if you lose them, you are losing your money. So it's no longer business as usual, where people will come and destroy public goods because it is not there. It is your own. It's the security of those projects are now in your hands. And if we come around and see that things are going wrong, we will hold the community leaders, we will hold the Igwe Council, we will hold the town unions responsible. I assure you that with God, all things are possible.
Yeah, thank you, my people. Your father who had a very good day with Honorable Obe of Enugu State House of Assembly, and representing the good people of Igbeze North 2, Igbeze North 2, Ebo, Igbeze North 2. And I want to use this opportunity to claim the Nseki Dekabon where I am today. We started it with Otobo Nseka. They can call him one second, only boy, and that le doin muku. When the son omeko, when the Nachima Janoku, Manenda Lem Nakoche after somebody in the business. Today, this TV is a globally recognized. I've had the opportunity to interview who is who, even in the United States, senators, people in presidency. My God, my brother. I'm not going to say the car man, and in Kashmir, but also a few days ago, I was with David Doe. I was with the biggest and the baddest 001, the biggest artist, as far as Africa is concerned, and one of the biggest in the world. And Mwabu Nubo Okoyeka Nolosa, yes, you are doing great. So when you know the buying Magu are doing great, and so I am also happy that Enugu State House of Assembly discovered that you have a forum, you have a platform where the whole world will hear you. Yeah, and this is the platform. And thank God that my own people are utilizing what God has given to them. So it's also an opportunity to let the governor know that an Enugu State person has this kind of thing. Nobody has what I have in Africa. I'm telling you. So it's only in this US that some people have it. Have a licensed studio operating from here. As I'm talking now, people are watching it in YouTube. People are watching it in TikTok, everywhere. It's not easy. So, and single-handedly, I have Chinedu and TV. I'm going to come out, not going to affiliate with anybody. So, and make relation we can do mention to know. This is an opportunity for you to communicate to the government that we can all book on because also your job and recognize. Because in the mind, this studio don't drag people. We talk about things that will elevate people. We're not interested in dragging people or showcasing things that are not necessary. So, but before you withdraw the curtain for the day, what can you tell the world about Chinedu and TV and your followers and your supporters?
Yes, I can say Chinedu and TV is doing wonders. You are everywhere. You are in all nook and cranny of this planet. You are doing wonders. Just keep supporting Chinedu and TV. Keep watching Chinedu and TV, and keep praying for him to soar and be greater tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. May God also bless you and bless your constituents and bless everybody, especially ndị nsike dị ka mụ na amụrụ m na-eri nkashi obodo ọzọ ji etofe mgbe nọ cheta eze chitoke abịa ma tinye gị ka anyị na-eme ọkụ a na-engwu nwere na-achụ gị were ọkụrụ umechi ọkụ a na-engwu ọla m berebe ịghọtarụ si onye nsika mbụ na anọdụ dị ji ezikogo okoro weda esi m na-ebu unu mefigo ha anya ọdụ unu mere otu ihe na ha na-awa ọdụ mmega gbalitere m unu na-afụ ya n'anya n'ọga na-eme So well done. Thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah.
We are proud of you. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Yeah, hello, my people. We had Honorable Obe on the show today, and you people have seen how articulate this House of Assembly member. That's what I was administrator like he was administrator like me. So, and this Obe issue, I want to tell the government to start looking at people. You see what this guy is doing in just House of Assembly, just 3 years experience. So look at people, look at their potentials, look at what they carry, put them into office, and you will be proud. They will come out here to represent you. Look at what Obe is doing. So I implore our leaders, our godfathers, to look at young men who have talents to represent us everywhere. Look at the striking and challenging questions I put up on him. But he was able to blaze up. So, please, the thing we will learn from this thing is that young people can energetically, intellectually, and otherwise represent our people in the global space. Obe is just one of them. Soka to the world. Peace out.